Matt, thank you for doing this.
Absolutely.
I just want to talk to you about a couple of personal things first. You and your wife had a baby this past weekend?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, she did all the work, but Leona Rhule was born last Friday, so we're excited to have another addition to our family, and really appreciate everybody. You know, a lot of people at Temple, a lot of our players, a lot of just people on Twitter have been really generous to us and kind to us. So it was a little bit of a scary time. I mean, the baby had to go to intensive care. My wife was sick, but everyone's home now and healthy, and we're excited.
Great. And another thing before we get to the football field, recently Kevin Clark was promoted, as was Patrick Kraft. How does that affect you, if at all, and what's your relationship with him?
Well, first of all, I'll say this. You know, I was blessed to be hired by Bill Bradshaw, a great athletic director, and you know, then was able to have a tremendous working and personal relationship with Kevin Clark. And I can't say enough about him as a man. I mean, his constant focus was on our student athletes and what's best for them. And I think all the people in this building, the players, they recognized that and they appreciated that. And so I know he'll, as he's now the Chief Operating Officer, Executive Vice President. I hope I said that right. As he has that title and that role, I know he'll continue to make Temple a great place, because he's a really great, smart, intelligent man that does great things for people. And I'm excited about Dr. Kraft. Pat's been working with us as our sport administrator. He's a great person to work with. We have a great working relationship as well as personal relationship, and he's another person who always puts our players first, the student athletes first, and I think our kids appreciate that.
So it sounds like nothing's going to change there.
I think everyone has maybe a new role, but I think the vision will all be the same. And I think that, obviously that starts with our board of trustees and Dr. Theobald, but I know Pat will continue to build on this momentum we've created as an athletic department.
Transitioning, things stay the same, even though they're a little different. Now you have a group of seniors finally that are in place that could provide some leadership for you. How important is it, and what are you expecting from that group?
Well, we have a lot of guys who've played a lot of football, and I know that this year is really important to them. I've said in the past, seniors, they either play their best football or they relax. I don't think these guys are going to relax. So I've challenged them to really leave their mark on the program, both on the field with their record and really also just continuing to the process we've started of trying to build the program and try to build the mindset and how we do things. And I think they can take that another step and really come back in 4 or 5 years and feel good about what they see on the field then, based upon what they're doing right now.
And another addition this week, besides your daughter, Robby Anderson comes back to the team. Now, assuming that he does everything he needs to do to become eligible, what could that mean to this team and this offense?
Well, obviously, Robby was really productive 2 years ago. He made a ton of plays. He's as competitive as anybody, so I think it'll just improve the team itself. From the guys he goes against to the guys who play with him. We have a lot of talented receivers, and I know they want to play. And Robby just will add to that mix, add to some playmaking ability. And I think he's someone that people are going to have to contend with if he is in fact with us. So he has some steps to do to make sure he's eligible, and we hope he does them.
And for the defense, the improvement for them next year. They were fourth in the nation last year in terms of points allowed. Besides finishing first, second, or third, how could you measure their improvement next year?
Well, I think they've challenged themselves to get to the quarterback at a higher level. That wasn't an area we were great at. I think they've challenged themselves to be better in the 2 minute at the end of halves and at the end of games, and just to dominate. At the end of the day, statistics are great, but we want wins and losses, and we were 6-6, and so that's not what any of them came here for. That's not why they work the way that they work. So I think our defense they've taken upon themselves to try to lead us to an even better record.
And then lastly, this year the American Athletic Conference has a championship game. How important is that for the conference, and how important would it be to you and Temple to be playing in that game?
I don't think you can say that you're competitive if you don't crown a champion and crown a champion on the field. I mean, and so in the last year we had tri-champions, and congratulations to them all, but I know all of them would have loved to have had one more game to prove that it was them. So I'm excited. I think it puts us, right in the, lockstep with everyone else in college football, maybe except for maybe I think the Big 12, but the Pac-12, the Big 10, the SEC, the ACC, they all have championship games where we settle it on the field. And so I think it's exciting for the league, and we try to take everything one day at a time, but our ultimate goal is to be in the championship game and to win the championship game here in front of our fans.
Great, thanks.
Thank you.